a lot in a lot of his combos and normal attacks. He also has a sword. He had a sword in Armageddon. It was
What
this
up,
big,
people? It's
heavy,
Nickopz
like,
here,
devastator
and
sword,
I'm
now
going to be
it's
reacting
kind of a
and
smaller,
watching
like,
the
rapier
Combat Cast
katana.
live. I just hit record.
You can
So,
see
yeah,
there he
let's
uses
get
the wind
into
to like elevate himself. He has. Oh, this is so cool. He literally pulls your own breath out and uses it against you. He also has his crossbow back.
Well, kind of.
This is fun. It's a reference to one of his MK4 fatalities.
You can't have Fujin without his crossbow. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. I don't know why a god uses a crossbow, but I like it.
Oh, that's a weird looking
We're all in.
form.
So that's sort of just how the basic Fujin kind of moves around. But let's take a look and discuss.
Oh, I hit
more
record because I thought they were
in-depth,
going to go
Fujin's
straight to
normal
gameplay.
moves, his
Yeah,
normal
these are his
straight.
base
Okay, never mind.
normal strings. So 114 is like your typical
that looks like a
jab
launcher.
string, and it has a crushing blow if it's a counter hit or a punish. You can see he will actually kick him all the way around the world, and he'll come back,
Oh, that's cool.
which is quite a mighty kick.
It's the wind. The
then
wind
he-
carries him.
Then he has back 1-1, and I think this is his main neutral game string. It has really good range, it's really, really fast. He can hit confirm it into a special move. He can leave them standing and do pressure.
I don't know why my chat
This is
isn't popping up on the
4-3-4.
screen.
It has a crushing blow if the second hit hits twice in a row, and the second hit is an overhead. Then he has this really cool slide, which is, it's almost like a special move. It's a normal attack. He travels pretty far, like halfway across the screen, and that has a crushing blow if only the last second hit hits. So if you do it in the ground or go under something and the palm hits, they'll break their
Don't
ribs.
tell me you got a vortex. Hold up.
And
This
then
is
he
another
comes back
normal.
normal attacks with the wind.
They're
Oh, wait,
very,
no,
very
no,
long,
it's a combo.
right? Like this.
Those
push
are not special
and pull
moves.
move. Right. It almost feels like a special move, but they're actually just normal attacks. And he has a version that pushes you away and a version that pushes you out.
Awesome.
So depending upon how you want to play with Fujin, either being close
Yes.
or keeping distance is how you're going to manipulate the wind.
Yeah, I
And
think
you'll
he's
see through
really,
the variations that there's gonna be a lot of that involved too, like how you want to play, where you want to keep them, away, close, out of the air. There's a lot of stuff he'll do with that stuff.
exactly, and that complements his special moves, which are very mobility based and both keeping them in or him getting in if he wants.
Right. Let's talk about base specials real quick. Yeah.
So is his crossbow, and similar to MK4, you can amplify it to go up, down, or straight, and you can do multiple. And you can mix and match how you want. You can do up into straight, or down and up, or whatever. And you can see it does take stamina, so he can't just like, he's not like this hard zoning character, but he can mix it up and keep them guessing. Then he has these wind kicks, and they're your typical combo ender. This is how you're going to cash out damage at the end of your combos or hit confirms. And the
Hey, there we
amplified
go. The
one
chat working.
carries them really, really far. And there you can see that is
Oh, that
actually
looked like
armor
that could do
break.
some nice unbreakable
Something we're going
damage.
to talk about later.
Ooh,
Interesting.
spoilers.
Armor breaking. Interesting.
Nice
They were talking about
setup,
mechanic
Stephanie.
change.
We have one more move to show that is in Fujin's base. It's this tornado maneuver I'd like to show.
So this is similar, but a new spin on Kung Lao's spin. He
A
can
new
actually,
spin. Okay.
Hmm?
thank
I
you,
like that.
he can go forward or back depending on the direction he holds. And
Oh my
it's great
gosh.
for anti-air, because unlike Kung Lao's spin, it covers like the whole top of the screen.
Yeah.
Normally
like,
he does
you mean like
not
Kung
get
Lao
a combo
spin
if he
should
does it
do,
on the ground. They have
like
to
the
jump
last
into
freaking
it,
game.
or it has to hit very late when I do it. He actually gets a full corner.
Okay, that
combo.
damage don't look too.
So this is
stupid.
one of the things I mean about how situational.
Why they keep
where you're
panning
gonna
back
have
to this? Like they could just keep it on the
preemptively
gameplay.
anti-aware with the tornado, or get your spacing right, and then you can get these really flashy combos.
Yeah. So you mentioned that if they pretty much fall down on the tornado, you'll be able to get a combo out of it.
Exactly.
Like if it's up high in the animation of it. Yeah.
Yes.
And then of course corner comms as you discussed.
And let's not let's not forget to mention that the height that Fujin can get these opponents. Like he's put them at the very top of these arenas.
Yeah, like there's
Oh,
some
he
You
has-
haven't
basketball or
seen anything
something.
yet.
Yeah, he has a move later
What?
that sends you like the highest of any move
That
I've
was the
ever seen.
fakest looking whatever.
Let's
right.
move on to variation 1.
Okay,
He
so
could be
this
for real,
one,
though.
in my opinion, is pretty combo based. Also, I love this outfit. Look at that cape and that hair. He is motivated.
Oh, it took 2
So
bars.
the first thing he gets is an amplified tornado, and this actually makes it a combo. He can amplify it more than
that
once.
damage booty for 2
It'll
bars.
pop up, and he can get mid-swing combos and stuff. And this is cool. This makes his hop attack hover. You hit down up, and it'll hover in the air as long as he wants
Looking
to.
crispy. Thank you, new graphics
And this makes his
card.
combo, or his hop attack, have a
And I can
blow.
bring it up to 6,000.
So
I
if
only
he
got it on
goes over like a
4,500.
sweep or a low poke, he can do the hop attack and then get a pop-up from it. And then lastly, he can do 2 of his special moves in the air. He can do the tornado and the wind kicks in the air. So he could do like a jump attack into it. He could mix up the tornado in the air, like jump at you, fake you out, and then do a back tornado to get away. Or
He's so freaking cool.
So this variation, I think, is the most simple. I think this is the one that's like
Down
big
one
combo
float.
damage to the
KZ
tornado,
already know the meta with him.
better combos ending in the air tornado, and then you get the crushing blow that pops up with the hop attack. So I think this is like your baseline. You don't want to mess with stances or anything like that. You just want to do big damage. I think this is the one I use.
A quick question: the hop attack. Can you do just a regular hop attack?
Yes. If you just tap up, you'll get a regular hop attack. Or you can do down up to do the hover, and then from them, you could do the hop attack whenever you want. You could even just cancel it and drop down.
Okay.
And he can do both the kick and the punch one if he wants.
A new twist on hop attacks with Fujin. Let's take a look at Variation 2.
So Variation 2 is his air mobility one. But first, his wind kicks are replaced with his sword spin move. And this is an awesome pressure tool. The amplified version is safe with big pushback. And the regular version on hit keeps them standing, and he can go into his pressure. Like he could do back 1-1 into the sword. They'll be standing right next to him. He can loop it, go for throws, go for jump overs, whatever he wants. And the opponent, he's like double digits advantage, I think. So he's gonna have like a lot of time.
Oh no!
Then this is Airwalker, which is I think his coolest move. He starts literally walking on the air, and he has a whole host of options from it. He has his dive kick, similar to MK4. He has an anti-air sword. He can either just drop down next to you, he can drop down far away, and even the dive kick has a couple of options. Like he has a regular one, which is punishable, or he can amplify it and continue it, and that'll hit you out of it if you try to punish it. So this move you can use to get in, you can use it to get out. It pretty much allows him to be all over the screen wherever he wants, whenever he wants.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Skywalker is probably my favorite move that he has. And the different
it's
tools that he can link out of it is just amazing. He just has a whole tool set from just going into the Skywalker.
And what's cool is you're gonna be so focused on dealing with his back 1-1, his forward 2, like all those win normals that we showed, that you're going to want to jump or just sit there and block, and then that sets up him to just go crazy and be flying all over the place like a nut, which then sets up his throw game and his different pressure options and stuff. It can be very
that's not all for Variation 2, though, either.
He's sounding like a better Kung Lao.
There's more?
That's what he's sounding like.
An air parry, which I think is pretty new, at least for MK. He'll actually
air parry. Oh,
air
please, yes.
Yeah, it's probably been
how much
done
damage you get off of that?
But either way, it's very fresh. And then he gets all the options from Skywalker. He also has a grounded one where he will parry ground moves. So if you try to anti-air him. So this complements Skywalker because
it's
really hard to anti-air Skywalker.
Thank you
so
for continuing. I appreciate it, D.
Like you're gonna want to do your jump one.
What are you thinking about Fujin so far?
Beat him out of the air before he even starts to do it. But if he thinks you're gonna do that, he preemptively jumps and he can air parry and beat your anti-air. So it's like this meta game of he's doing Skywalker, he's all over the place. You can't really follow what's going on. So you're like, all right, screw this. I'm just gonna jump kick him out of the air. I'm gonna do Baraka's jump kick or whatever. But then he reads that you read that, and he's gonna air parry that, and then get his dive kick for bigly damage.
So space control with Fujin is very important, and we're going to get even more of that. But then later, what we're going to see later, that he also has a variation. You can control the ground space
The
as
ground,
well. So
yeah. So
very however you want to play, you can choose.
Brownback literally won't let Tyler
what you
speak.
want to control.
yeah, I think
Let's
if
take a
you're
look
one
at.
of the,
Can't
go ahead.
contain wind.
Look, he can't talk.
I think if you're one of those nutty players who like speed, like go, I don't care about defense. My block button doesn't even work. Let's just go. Variation 2, I think you're.
I'm
really
listening. I'm listening.
Let's take a look at variation 3.
So this one is ground based. His back 2 and his forward 2 get an amplified version, where he stabs you and gets extra damage, and it actually gains a crushing blow, and the requirement is to punish a backdash.
Okay.
There you go. Stabs him right in the heart.
His damage looking a little lackluster to me, though, D. Maybe they're not optimizing.
Then he also gets.
Oh yeah, we have three separate videos for variation 3. Let's take a look at.
And he gets this wind push. So this move is very neat. He has a close, a medium, and a far version, and they are super fast. Really good recovery. It's kind of similar to Kenshi's push. The caveat is the amplified version, while it pushes you super far, it actually does no chip damage. So it's going to be really hard to get in, but he's not going to kill you with it. He's going to kill you by making you make mistakes. But,
and that,
you know,
that
you're
will totally complement his away 2 and towards 2 as well.
Exactly. Like, you're going to want to try to dash in, and that's when he's going to catch you with the back 2. And the crushing blow is for doing all 3 versions. Like, if he does close, medium, and then amplified far, he'll get it.
Like
or
a
he
Dragon
can do,
Ball
like, medium,
character.
far, close, or whatever order. It just has to be 3. He has to use all 3 in a row.
And it's hard to see that win
coming in a row.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, it is practically instant. It's very, very effective.
This is my favorite one right here.
And then he has this air control move where it does nothing on the ground, but if you're in the air and he catches you, he slams you down, and he can amplify it to get the world's biggest combo. He throws you up, and then in 2021 you fall down, and he gets a combo. So a fun thing you can do is actually do 4-3-1 crushing blow, because
his damage,
slide
though,
won't hit because he's still up in the air. That's my favorite use of it.
Yeah, it's a really fun way to get your crushing blows going for sure.
And so that move also
can control everything with him.
Exactly, because you want to jump because of the push, because if you just sit there and block, you're going to get amplified away and you'll never get in. Time's going to be running out, you're going to be stressed out, you're going to have a ton of anxiety, you're just, alright, I'm going to jump, and then that's when he gets you.
So it's kind of like for that patient player that wants to just kind of sit back and like just put like projectiles or zone or whatnot. It's that player's perfect character.
Yes, it's the opposite of variation. So variation 2 is all about the rush down, the restand and the pressure of the Skywalker. This one is the opposite. This is all about space control. You don't even want to fight. Just push them away.
So like we discussed earlier, like there are different, every player will find some version of Fujin that will probably fit their play style, which is really cool, because they all play very differently.
They're all pretty different, and I think it's fun because,
Tyler,
he looks very hard to play, but he's actually not. Like, when I was first looking at him, I was daunted. I was like, oh my god.
Like Brownback would not let this man talk.
And then actually playing
Maybe I'm
him,
tripping.
I was like, oh,
That's what it's looking like.
It looks really flashy, but it's actually really fun to do.
Cool. Let's show everybody we've seen parts of it in the trailers, but let's show the full Fujin Fatal Blow.
The N2 to this is really good. It takes up a ton of space. It's great for like using it as an anti-air and stuff. They try to jump out of his.
Okay, that's gonna be a good anti-air.
Fantastic. So that's
like
Fujin in a nutshell.
It's like Brownback ain't living
all the variations and how you're able to play Fujin.
All right, let's see. Can you talk?
Combat Cast. We didn't show you a fatality though, so let's take a look at the Fujin fatality.
He was able to get a sentence off. Derek don't ever really talk.
Fatality.
Him stepping on the intestine is so gross.
So yeah, he turns you into a kite with your own intestines.
Yeah, that's really nasty. Mm-hmm. He now has intestines on his shoe.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But he could just blow it off.
We talked.
That's true.
We've seen a couple things over the last during this game. Spawn has a move that does this. We saw that Fujin now does. You teased something earlier, Stephanie. You want to go through this new gameplay change?
Yes. So Aftermath is going to have some balance changes. There's going to be the usual like changes to frame data and damage, and we'll be going over that soon, and there'll be patch notes. But one of the big new things we added is every character in the game now has an armor breaking move. Some of them are normal attacks.
Rio had to
some of them are special moves. It's going to be different for every character, but every character
Rio predicted
one.
This.
And these are moves that, if you didn't play Spawn, they're moves that just beat out armor.
Somebody on the inside told him.
Breakaway, Fatal Blow, an Interactable, or just any move that has armor, you'll just beat it out. And then a lot of these moves actually have a different reaction. So, like, let's say it's Katana Square Wave. That has a crushing blow. If she breaks armor with it, it'll actually skip the need for the crushing blow requirement, and she'll just get the crushing blow requirement off that. And not all of them have that, but that's some. Some also pop up, like Spawn's does, or some lead to a restand scenario, and some just armor break. That's all they do. They don't get a special property, but they still armor break. So it's going to be pretty awesome per character. I think it'll be really spice up the meta. It's going to make you second guess using armor for sure.
And I think we have 3 examples, Derek.
We do?
So we're gonna start with Scorpion.
You can see Scorpion's is back 3. And it has the property where if he needs armor, it actually pops up and he gets a full combo.
Yo!
So this makes Breakaway extremely dangerous because you've used your meter to break away, so you have no option. You're just eating that combo. So it's like you get the combo,
cool.
You try to bail out, and then you eat another combo for trying to get out of the combo. It's harsh.
What the heck? I didn't think they were going to implement it like that.
So yeah, like you said, that has a pop-up. So that's a whole different version of that move. Let's take a look at Sub-Zero.
So Sub-Zero starts off, his forward 4 now has a crushing blow. And normally requirement is to hit 2 in a row. But if he uses this armor breaker, he goes straight into the crushing blow.
I didn't even know that was a crushing blow.
To be clear, you can't use the same crushing blow twice. So if he uses it to break armor and gets the KB that way, you won't be able to use it the other way, the normal way of doing 2 in a row.
That's dumb.
So it'll still always armor break though. So if he's already cashed out the crushing blow with doing 2 in a row, you should be able to get it
no matter what.
It'll still armor break.
That's unfair because people like Scorpion don't have to have that like Sub-Zero
to be able to catch some.
That's still a good mechanic.
Yeah. And we have a lot of fans out there. We got Shao Kahn. This is going to be really fun for them.
Oh, Shao Kahn.
So this one is his downward amplified shoulder. And it now actually pops up if it's used to break armor.
That is cool.
So, it's pretty common to try to break away from his shoulder charge, because that's like his main
how does that,
and now if you do, like the Scorpion scenario, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. He's gonna
because Scorpion ain't got to spin a bar for his... Shao has to spin a bar for his breaker?
There are a few other changes that we'll be going over.
I don't think they might implement this right.
And all that. Just one little
preview fair,
is
Scorpion can just do his whatever.
Shao Kahn's forward 3-4 is now special cancelable. So he can do his shoulder.
Oh, you heard that? Yo, they buffed Shao Kahn. They buffed him. Finally.
The retrocade looked
background?
real
Yo.
Cool. Looked good. Coming with the
He finally got buffs. I can take this emote away.
Derek, you have now. We get a lot of tweets about augments and you know how they work and what's going on with them, and I think you have some pretty big news about that.
We do. So we are doing a augment rework. All right. So once you download the Aftermath patch, you're going to be put into a queue, and we're basically converting your old augments into this new augment system. And so not only that, but the third socket is now going to become available. You can only socket one specific kind of augment in there, which is a new augment called the Gensei Essence Augment. And this augment is pretty powerful. It actually changes how gameplay works for your character. So for an example, I'm a Jade player. If you have a Gensei Augment socketed and you throw a glaive, it'll actually throw an additional glaive. And most augments also now have levels. So if you use the level 1 augment for the Jade glaive, it would throw 2 glaives. If you use a level 4 augment, it'll actually throw up to 4 glaives in a row. So it's increasing the amount of damage.
One time this man been talking the past 20 minutes
being thrown at your opponent.
It's time to talk about Jade.
Each character has about 12.
One time he really been talking.
Oh yeah, they're insane. Each character has about 12 of them. Now these are bigger, more powerful augments. So to find these augments, you have to do things like group battles, team raids, play towers on a brutal difficulty, and you'll start getting those higher level, more powerful augments. Also, we now have introduced generic augments. So you don't need to put a specific augment in a specific gear piece. You can put generic augments into any gear piece. Also, you no longer have to re-roll your
nobody
sockets.
care about this.
You can actually just spend currency and purchase the socket type that you actually want to use, versus being like, I'm going to re-roll. And there are tons of the new generic augments. Some of them will do things like give you armor on attacks, and some will just be more of like currency boosters. There's a ton of different combinations, and we're really excited because we feel like these augments are going to make the player feel more powerful, and the combinations you can make, I've seen some insane things, especially with the special move changes. Yeah.
Real quick, these are only in offline.
Correct. You can only use these in towers. You can't go online and throw 30 glaives at your opponent. That's just not going to happen.
Now, when the patch goes live, what happens to the augments? How is this happening?
So basically, like I said, you get placed into a queue, and once your conversion of your old augments are converted into the new augment system, because we didn't want to just take away your augments. So basically, what you have now will be converted into different levels of the generic augments. Once the conversion is completed, you can then socket in these new augments and start checking out all the cool stuff that you can do with them. And once the conversion is complete, these augments will also start dropping where they normally do, at the end of towers and things like that.
Awesome. Well, that's a huge change to augments.
Oh, there's some really insane things. I don't know, Stephanie, if you got any cool examples of stuff that you were messing around with.
Like Katana has one where she does fan NATO, but it's bigger and moves super fast. So it's like she does it at full screen and just zips across the screen. There's ones where she can throw 2 fans at once.
Stream buffering a lot. It don't matter right now.
Back to back.
Talking about some nonsense.
Sindel has one where her scream gets even bigger, or she has one where her air banshee, like the air raid move, where she throws like a bunch of them and she goes really, really fast. They're really, really fun to use. They can get ridiculous.
Start talking about something important. But
we're gonna see some fun videos on these. I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Derek, I mean,
hey, buddy,
you know how much I love it.
Up?
You know how much I love it.
Look,
do you have birthday shout-outs?
Oh, is that it?
Of course I have birthday shout-outs. It wouldn't be a cast
without
a birthday shout-outs.
It certainly wouldn't.
Wait, I thought they were going to talk about...
It certainly wouldn't be. All right, so we've got a birthday shout-out for
the other person.
Nico the Noble, Kippa the Wolf.
Okay, well, I guess that's it.
Chad Henry. Gerard, a.k.a. J-Rod. Melina Fan Forever. Me too. Jur, the Tornado Guy. My bestest buddy in the world, Kevin Roble. Jonathan Thompson. Cole Pawella. Todd Keller. Tony Loquercio.
Okay, everybody, I guess that is it for the Combat Cast. I thought that they were going to show more. I think they're still going to show more. I don't know, but if I do, I'll just cut and edit this part out. But if they don't show more, I'm going to just upload this whole part to YouTube. So, boom, show y'all the end screen. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch and my Patreon. And Nickopz out.